Hello, hello. I hope you're having a good day no matter what is taking place. I wanted to share something with you. I absolutely love this thing that I found on Facebook. It's by a fellow energy worker, someone that brings a lot of peace to the world. And I wanted to read it to you. It is just so amazing. I want to preface this by saying that I do believe that there is some mental health issues that invoke anxiety and panic. I don't want to dismiss them, but this is another way to think of what is taking place in the world and why there seems to be so much panic and anxiety, especially with what is taking the place in the world, right? Like, I totally understand that. But anyways, I just wanted to share this. I thought it was so beautiful. I had to share it. So the gentleman's name is Joe McVean. I actually had the privilege of meeting him in Nicaragua. He was my neighbor for a little while, and it was just so amazing. So this is what he wrote. We have an epidemic of anxiety in the world. And it's not because of a shortage of Xanax. Anxiety happens when you forget to find the natural peace in your heart. It is, excuse me, in the insane speed of the modern world, we tend to respond to the feeling of anxiety by running faster on the treadmill of progress. But sooner or later, burnout finds us all, and we are left to face with the only game there is in this life, the game of forgiving your past and learning to trust yourself to build a life of inspiration. Best way I found to do this is through practicing the discipline to sit in deep silence. The void, some call it. I'm talking about a silence that goes deeper than just removing noise from your ears. In fact, for most people, it's when the room gets quiet that the noise in your head gets loudest. But I'm here to tell you there is a silence beneath that mental noise. In the silence, as you face the thunderstorm of mental reactions, you can practice breathing and relaxing through each layer of thought. When you feel the urge to get up and grab your phone to scroll on social media, you just remain, eyes closed, breathing steadily, relaxing steadily into nothingness, experiencing life itself, remembering who you are. This is the silence beneath all silence, and experiencing this silence is the seed of trusting yourself. For if you are always filled with noise, how can you trust how you'll behave? Without silence in your life, on some level, you'll always be avoiding the noise in your head or feeding your body's addictions that are suppressing the emotions that your body's response, sorry, that are your body's response to the mind's careless chatter. And silence is where you step out of the river of the mind, where you can rest, not feeling like you need to swim for your life just to stay alive, where anxiety reveals itself as the mind's attempt to find silence by shouting. In the silence with a deep, relaxed nervous system, you can reconnect with your dreams, reconnect with your purpose. You start to train yourself on what it feels like to live with a clear mind and open heart, free as you were born to be. I honor you for meeting your own mental noise face to face is the greatest of all heroic acts. And it is our excuse me, it is our only hope for the world to be better for our children than it was for us. May courage be with you. I love this. I think this is so true. We live in a world where connecting to nature is only when you have time. Only in the summer, very rare because you're always running around, you're always doing things. And if you are sitting, you're wasting time. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. And there's so much, the to-do list is never ending. When is that to-do list ever going to end for you? When you choose it to be. When is enough enough? When is it, when did it get to the point where we can't sit in silence? How many of us have forgotten how to read a book? I loved reading, love reading. And in fact, one of the hardest things in moving was to let go of all my physical books. And now I have all my books on my phone or on my iPad. And it's actually something I really don't like. And because I'm reading on an electronic device and then I see notifications. And even when I turn off notifications, I know that there's games on my phone and iPad. I know that social media is there. I've actually removed social media off of my iPad, and I'm actually, as of this moment, I'm going to removing all the games off my iPad as well because I need something that is going to not tempt me to look at social media, to play games, to scroll mindlessly, to connect, to read, to allow myself to be in silence. And I know that reading is not silence that Joe here is describing, but it's just an example, right? Like we are so And you have to remember too, electronics have energy. All of this stuff is energy, and it is, we are absorbing the energy, and we're also giving energy away through this. And that's another reason why there is so much panic and anxiety, because we are not used to, as a society, to not be stimulated. We are always constantly stimulated. And if you look at the brain, it needs downtime. It needs time to reset. It needs a moment to breathe. So my hope for you is to take what I have written, or what I've read, sorry. Joe McVean wrote it. So let's be very clear. I'm hoping that you take the message and you start finding even 5 minutes to start of silence, of quiet, of connecting to your inner voice. You want to live a life of confidence, you got to find that confident voice within you. And I promise you, she's in there. She's talking to you. She is wanting to be heard. So trust that. All right. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have a fantastic day, no matter what is taking place. Sending love to the world wherever it is needed, and have a fabulous day. Live and love.